Good morning, Watchman community. We're going to do a store update. We're going to do store shelves, what's going on happening here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so you can compare them to what's happening where you are. We're also going to be looking at what's happening market-wide. We're going to look at the Cisco market report on what's happening with groceries, what's going into shortage, what's going to happen with eggs next. We got a lot to talk about. Let's jump right into it. So welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade. I'm up here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we're going to start here at Aldi to see what we're seeing here, and then we'll move over to Walmart, and then we'll move over to the Cisco market-wide report for the entire North America continent. All right, so let's start here, Aldi. We're still having issues with orange juice, and that's because we had some really bad harvests the last couple of years, and just oranges price-wise is up significantly. Hopefully those prices will come down over the next year or so, but the big thing that we want to talk about, everyone wants to talk about, is eggs. Aldi is doing a pretty good job keeping up with things. They do have a limit of 2, but if you're seeing higher prices than $6, generally, I'm hearing that that's about what they're running almost nationwide. So if you're seeing a lot higher prices, you might want to go in and check your Aldi. You may see prices like that. That doesn't count in certain jurisdictions where the legal requirements for having like cage-free and so if you're up in like, what was it, Michigan and California and Oregon and Washington, you may not see quite as much of a price break there. But Aldi is just pretty good at what it does. Seeing some issues here and there with butter. Just dairy products in general just are still not quite fully stocked. Pork is actually getting pretty good. One of the things I really saw, which was really good, is seeing some relatively low bacon prices. $3.29, I think it is. That was for like a pound. Like bits and pieces of bacon. That's pretty stinking good prices. We got potatoes are not really having problems, and so we've actually come out of the potato crisis. I keep checking the potatoes, but frozen potatoes, powdered potatoes, everything like that, you're going to see they're pretty well stocked. I'm going to stop covering those completely going forward, I think, because you guys aren't reporting potato problems, and I'm not seeing potato problems here in the U.S. If you're seeing anything like that, let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure you use the word update if you have something to share with the group. Still some broccoli issues and other vegetables, frozen vegetables, are having issues, and fresh vegetables are having issues. We got banana issues out there that people are reporting. Tomato soup here, Campbell's, just wasn't on the shelf. We're seeing some issues here and there with soups. Bread is a very localized issue, so that's not really applicable nationwide. We are still waiting for olive oil discounts to really come into force. We had a lot of pressure, upwards pressure on olive oil prices, but then we had a really good harvest in Spain and Italy this past fall. But that's still taking a while for it to get over to North America. Retailers just still aren't stocking the olive oils fully yet, and also they're not bringing the prices down everywhere yet. But we are starting to see that happen in some places. When it comes to tuna fish, we're starting to see more issues with tuna fish, canned tuna fish. I don't know if it's just because people are pivoting towards that because it's a cheaper option, or whether we're seeing supply issues. We're kind of looking into that, but so far we just know that we're having canned tuna issues. Salt has been off and on a problem, which is surprising. It really shouldn't be, but both Walmart, Aldi, and other places are having trouble keeping salt in stock. Before we get over to Walmart, we do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. There's their phone number right there on the screen, and you can also look up their website from here. But if you want to reach out to them directly, make sure you do mention this channel. That way they do waive your setup fee if you decide to move forward with them. But a lot of you guys like calling them directly and not giving them your information and stuff like that. So they help you with retirement accounts. So if you have an IRA, 401k, that's there on the screen. All right, we got grapes. Other fruit is doing pretty good. We're still having some orange issues, but grapes seem to be the ones that are having the most problems when it comes to fresh fruit. Salad and lettuce and stuff like that, we're being told that lettuce and salad are coming back and that they should be having good availability, but we're still seeing issues on the store shelf with lettuce. But I will say that the quality of the lettuce on the shelves has improved dramatically. Let me know if you guys are seeing the same kind of thing. Once again, make sure you use the word update. All right, in the frozen food breakfast section, continuing to see issues. Pancakes, other things. I still don't quite understand why you'd want to buy frozen pancakes, but they're not that hard to make. Anyway, I guess if you really like your pancakes and you need the convenience, I don't know. But my family's never really been a frozen breakfast kind of family, so I don't know. Ice cream, we are seeing some issues here and there with ice cream, but by and large, we're seeing this pivot from name brand stuff down to more discount brands. So great value products tend to be like a little short-staffed around there, even though it does seem like Great Value and other discount brands are ramping up production. Pizzas, people pivoting to Totino's, people pivoting to the GV brand pizzas, but the GV brand pizzas have gotten so expensive recently. It's interesting to watch. Like I said, frozen potatoes are actually pretty well stocked. That's basically full stocked. I've been away for a couple months and it was not looking like that last time I was around. Jif peanut butter, that end cap should be maxed out, but it's not. And when we get over to the peanut butter section, you're going to see kind of that. Jelly and jam section has gotten smaller and it's still not fully stocked. All right, so you look over here at the peanut butter section, and not looking so great. There's a lot of gaps here and there. There's a little bit of GV down at the bottom there, but it seems like it's mostly name brand stuff on the shelf. People are scooping up. Now, I think what just happened is they just brought this stuff out just threw it on the shelf, and people haven't had a chance to like eat it all up. But mostly name brands left on the shelf. People are pivoting to the cheaper brands. Hellman, mayonnaise, and all the other mayonnaises having some gaps here and there. And of course, that probably has something to do with the fact that soybean oil, water, whole eggs, distilled vinegar, egg yolks. There's eggs in mayonnaise, and we're having issues with eggs, right? And of course, one of the prime ingredients of a lot of salad dressings is mayonnaise, right? So a lot of base for ranch and these other dressings, including blue cheese. Now, some folks saying they couldn't find blue cheese, but you can see blue cheese dressing up there on the shelf here, at least. But I don't know if there's generic blue cheese. I wasn't particularly looking for that. But folks just yesterday saying that they're having trouble finding blue cheese dressing. Vinegar, fairly well stocked. Apple cider vinegar is a little bit more in shortage. It's harder to find. But vinegar, by and large, food grade vinegar is back on the shelves. We were having issues with that, particularly because the industrial side of vinegar was having problems. And so they make that from petroleum. They make that from natural gas. Now, they don't make that for food, like people don't eat that stuff, but they also make it from grain. And they can use the grain stuff for the industrial side, but they can't use the petroleum-based vinegar for food side just because of laws. It's chemically the same stuff, but people don't want to eat like petroleum-based vinegar, right? For reasons, right? Anyway, so that's been why we've been having issues with vinegar because of the natural gas and some of the refineries and stuff like that. And of course, vinegar impacts the olives and pickles out there, but we're seeing the pickles not fully stocked. Now, another thing that some of you guys complained about, and I saw the same thing here, pinto beans. Pinto beans seem to be disappearing, and they didn't have them here. They usually have the giant sacks of pinto beans. That's usually the cheapest way to go with beans, and not really have that option anymore, are we? Here's the canned meat section. Still got Vienna sausages for a relatively low price. If you're looking for meat to stock up on and you like Vienna sausages, that's a great way to go. Spam, another way to go. You can go with the generics. Test out the generics and see if you like them. And then you can also buy Spam in bulk, some different places, and get it down to almost $2 a can, which is about what the generics run at. You can't buy the generics in bulk very easily, or anyways that I know of. But canned chicken is on the shelf, but it is expensive. And a lot of it is being reported. It's very watered down. It's a lot of water and not much chicken in the cans anymore. And we're seeing that also with tuna. A lot less tuna, a lot more water. So know what you're kind of buying. Tuna fish, low here as well. Here it's the name brand that's mostly picked over. It seems like the generic is pretty well stocked. Been having issues with soy sauce out there for a while. I don't know if just more people pivoting to that. I still believe a lot of people have stopped eating out and they've pivoted to making easy to eat at home meals. And so it seems like that's, like a lot of the noodle packs have really been spiking in popularity. Even ramen noodles have been getting a lot of attention. Now, mashed potatoes, instant potatoes, they really do seem to have come back in force. People do seem to be moving away from the boxed powdered potato flakes and moving towards the instant kind of ones. People are really buying those up a lot more. And of course, there's a higher margin for the companies out there because they throw some powdered milk in there and some powdered butter flavor in there. And poof, people pay 2 to 3 times more per ounce for that stuff. All right, canned beans having some issues and some of the canned vegetables. I was just kind of noticing how it used to be where you had like Kraft mac and cheese and then maybe some Velveeta mac and cheese. And that was kind of your options. And then the generic, right? Now it's like you have so many new options with basically mac and cheese. I'm going to actually put down in the pinned comment down below what I suggest doing, which is not buying any of these box sets. Go buy yourself some macaroni and then just use your own cheese powder. Like buy a big thing of cheese powder. Don't do this. Find a cheese powder you like. The one I like is down in the description down below. You'll save yourself so much money as opposed to buying these box sets. And you can make as much mac and cheese as you want on each batch. You can make smaller batches. If you're anything like me, the problem is I make up a box of mac and cheese and I eat the whole thing and it's not good. I shouldn't be eating that much, but it's like, well, this is how much it comes in. If you have your own macaroni and you have your own cheese powder, you can actually make smaller batches, which is healthier for some of us. And if you have a bigger family and you need to make more, you can make a little more and you'll save so much money over time. Anyway, that's just a little thing I picked up along the way. People are moving away from the canned pasta like SpaghettiOs and Boyardee and that kind of stuff and moving towards the mac and cheese, which is just interesting to see that happen. Still having issues with chicken broth, beef broth, not looking so great out there. We've got the Cisco market report where you're going to see what the major distribution networks are saying are issues out there. Pasta looking pretty well stocked, and you got, of course, lots of elbows up there that you can make your own macaroni with. In fact, you can make better tasting stuff. Anyway, ramen noodles, there were some gaps here and there. It looks like the ramen noodles are moving a lot faster, and if that doesn't say what's going on with our economy, I don't know what will. Spices, still not fully stocked. Some issues there. We got olive oils, not not fully stocked yet. They're not coming on the shelf yet. Prices are starting to come down here at Walmart. That's just the first leading wave of it, but we should be seeing it hit other stores as well. Bigger grocery chains seem not to be bringing down the price of olive oil just yet. However, a lot of people have moved over to the cheaper oils for frying and for cooking and that kind of stuff. And so the availability has been a little bit more touch and go there, but recently it seems like they've been getting their act together. I haven't heard too many complaints about not seeing soybean oil or canola oil or other oils on the shelf. Flour continues, the whole section of baking section continues to shrink. It just seems like people are just baking a whole lot less. People are just going to the easy options. They're going for convenience. People aren't cooking for themselves as much anymore. Sugar has been interestingly low. Now, we had some issues with Domino sugar back a little bit, but that should have been fully resolved, and yet we're seeing Domino's having trouble getting on the shelves. I don't know if that's because people are pivoting towards the cane sugar, which is what Domino is, whereas the GV brand granulated sugar, the regular stuff, that's beet sugar. That comes from beets. And people say it's less healthy. I don't know if it really is less healthy, but people seem to feel like the sugar cane is healthier. Continuing to see oats are in stock, but seems like more people are buying them up and some more demand on the supply chain. Cereals, this is not how it used to be back in the day. I mean, they used to have the cereal sections like fully stocked, and now it seems like they're having trouble keeping them stocked. There's where you can get your real pancakes. It's interesting how many choices you got these days. Distilled water has been having some issues, but right now it looks like that's fully stocked. Not sure why some shelves are stocked and some aren't, but the convenient level 1, maybe. Butter, seeing issues with butter. Like I was saying before, the real dairy stuff having issues, whereas the fake butter is fully stocked. So if you want your vegetable oil imitations, then you're good to go there. Still not fully stocked with the jugs of drinks and stuff. They've been having issues with that for a while. I think that's more of a supply chain trucking issue than it is by anything else. The discount rack. Usually the discount rack is packed full of stuff. It seemed like just people just grabbing whatever off the discount rack. People are just trying to make ends meet now. They're not. They're being more discerning in price. They're going with generics. They're going for the discount rack, and there's genuine pain out there. Now, when I was last looking at it, the coffee creamers was low, but this doesn't look too bad compared to what we were seeing before. But other dairy options, other cottage cheeses, sour creams, they're just not stocked very well. Where is it all going? We're having issues with milk. We're having issues with the dairy herd out there. Eggs, fully stocked, but look at that, $5.97. So that's the kind of prices we're seeing out there, isn't it? All right, milk. You can see what we're looking at here in Pennsylvania. I know that's different from every area of the country. Different states have different rules and regulations and stuff like that. Some of the meats and the fish and chicken frozen. Okay, let's see what Cisco has to say about the market as a whole here. Beef, we've seen some bottoming, so the price has bottomed, so it's coming up now. On a few items over the last 2 weeks, the current slaughter levels have finally caught up with curtailed demand. So basically, people haven't been buying much beef, but the production of beef has really started to drop. And so, and we're getting a little bit of a tailwind from Lent as people are pivoting to seafood. Poultry. Most offerings are seeing tighter supply because of increased demand. People have been moving over to chicken. Smaller birds and winter weather closing plants. Breasts of all sizes are seeing big increases in demand. So demand is up, and supply is down because plants have been closing. Tenders demand increasing. Wings are okay though. Thigh meat demand is picking up. Pork, interesting. Ham markets are down, so you're going to see more bargains in the ham and pork area. Okay, butts are flat and following seasonal market trends. Ribs are essentially flat. Lean materials in demand, but the fatty pork is available and prices coming down on that. So maybe we'll see some relief on bacon. Beef, we should see the trend of lower kills at the slaughterhouses continue over the next few weeks as packers have scheduled maintenance at facilities. Live cattle continue to trade lower last week, but this week's outlook is steady. We continue to see daily fluctuations on the cutout. Now, a lot of that's due to market manipulations, friends. Okay, they're trying to take it out of the ranchers again. But the problem is that ranchers aren't putting up with that. They're just not selling at these prices. So the slaughterhouses are having maintenance right now because they don't have enough cattle to slaughter. This is the big one. Shell egg markets are down this week. So we're starting to see egg prices coming down at the wholesale level. That's big news. California, eggs are down and no recent outbreaks to report. So we've been not sharing major cullings over the last 2 weeks, over the last week and a half, because we haven't seen major cullings. We saw 200,000 last week, but we haven't been seeing like millions upon millions upon millions. The cullings are massively down the last couple weeks, and that's going to start bringing the price of eggs down, at least the speculators out there. And we're looking at importing eggs from Turkey. So that's a big deal. All right, soybean oil futures, we don't really care about that so much, but we're seeing prices come down on that a little bit. Seafood, we expect the trend to continue going into summer of firming up. So prices up a little bit. The tariffs on Mexico and Canada postponed, but we are importing a lot of seafood from China. All right, friends, let us know what you guys are seeing on store shelves. Are you seeing similar things to what I shared with you from here in Pittsburgh? Let us know. Make sure you let us know kind of roughly where you are as well. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out another video on the channel, there's one right there up on the screen. And otherwise, I will see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.